Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today it's about my smart car, as you can see. And I want to do a running cost video on this car and a small review. The reason why is a lot of times people want to know running costs on cars, whether if you're looking to buy a smart car, it gives you a sort of idea how much it costs to own and run such a car. And it's something I always like to do before I buy a car, and it's not easy to find always those kind of videos of real owners explaining and talking through the running costs and features on the car. So that's why I decided to do a video like this. So let's go. Let me just show you around the car quickly so you can see the car from the outside. I apologize, it's a bit dirty. So this is the car. So let's show you the boot space. This is the boot space, which is fairly good for a car like this. It's tiny, it's a convertible as well. Car's very dirty, as I said, sorry about that. So let's go for a drive and let's talk through some running costs. So here we are in my lovely small smart car, and before we get into some detailed running costs, let's just talk a little rundown about this car. So this car I have now about a year and a half, and yeah, let's get this one out. The reason why I've got this leopard skin steering wheel cover, that's because my wife drives this car and she wanted it, so obviously it's not worth fighting about that. Just tell her, yeah, put it on, take it. Anyways, I'm just joking there. Yeah, so she wanted it, why not? It doesn't bother me, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, you know what I mean to say, I don't care about it. And yeah, so this car is a 1-litre engine. The engine is in the rear of the car, it's not in the front. A lot of people don't know this, but the smart car's engine is in the back of the car. So you got a little boot space over there, and underneath the boot space you have the little engine bay. And one slight issue there is with this problem, with this thing, that if you're going now to the supermarket, for instance, and you want to go and buy some ice creams and frozen stuff, or even refrigerated stuff, anything, if you leave it too long over there in the rear, in the boot of the car, it will start heating up the items. You know, if you have ice cream, it'll start melting it because of the heat of the engine that comes through the boot cover. Even though it's got a special cover, but it still brings out some kind of heat. So that's something which is a downside about it. And the next thing let's talk about is this gearbox of the car. So you got the semi-automatic gearbox, but sadly it is quite a shit gearbox. I mean, gear changes are very slow. So I always use it like manual mode, like I change the gears up and down myself, because I just can't be bothered until the computer of this car decides to shift the gear. It's a bit too late. But if you think about it realistically, I bought this car about a year and a half ago, as I said. I paid £4,000 for this car, and I bought it with fairly low mileage of 30,000 miles, 30 or 32, no, sorry, the car's running now 32,000 miles. I bought it with 27,000 miles on the clock, and I had one previous owner, one previous lady owner. So it's fairly low mileage for a car, and it's a 2008 model, so it's not a bad deal. Because get to think about it, today you can probably pick them up for less though. If I paid for it, it'd probably go for around 3-hour days, but you're paying for £3,000. You're paying, yeah, the car is quite bad, but it's, in the end of the day, smart is built by Mercedes. So you're getting here something worth for your money, because Mercedes is German, it's quality, it is something that is high quality and valuable, put it this way, for this amount of money. Because if you buy like some cheap Chinese, not Chinese, but you know, one of those cheaper brands, like even a Ford or a Mazda or one of those brands, after a couple of years they're like more or less shit. And this is a lot higher quality than loads of these cheaper brands. So that's a good point about it. So you get for the value of your money, you get a good quality product. Anyways, and there's one more thing I want to talk about before we go into the running costs details. The steering wheel has no power steering, so when I drive now it's not a problem, but when you want to park it is quite of a headache. You need to use two hands and you need to use some power for that, because otherwise you're not going to turn. So that's quite a stupid thing as well on this car. But out of all that problems, I still love this car. I mean, I love driving it every day. You know, it's a car that I can run around with. It's small, it's economical, it's you know, it's good. I just love it. I just love it. So now let's start going through the run and cross I have with this car. I had with this car for the past year and a half, and go through bit by bit. So let's start with the first thing to push out the way: car insurance. This is something everyone needs to have if you're driving a car, but this is something that's a hard, tricky answer to give you, because every person is going to have a different price. It depends where you live, how old you are, how your history is, and a whole bunch of other things. I mean, even depends what your job is. That's how crazy insurance goes. So it just gets to show that insurance, there's no answer for that. Every person is going to have a different price. I mean, even recently they were talking on the news that the motor insurance want to start going through people's social media accounts to basically see the statuses and stuff they put on social media and work out what kind of person they are through their, you know, social media statuses and that. That's how deep they go. I mean, it is crazy, because, you know, it's not fair in a way, but listen, life isn't fair, so nothing I can say. But either way, I don't pay that much on this car. I'm insured together with my wife on here, and I pay, I think, £700 a year, which is not that bad. It is money for this tiny car. It's not a powerful car and all that, but I can't complain. It's not crazy amount, so I'll just stay quiet with that. Okay, so insurance done. The next thing we're going to talk about is a service on the car. So recently I called up Smart. There's one actually down this road we are. I called them up and I said, I would like to know how much would it cost to service my car. I gave them a number plate, yeah, all that. And I was really shocked, because the guy goes to, you know, puts me on hold for like 5 minutes, and he goes to me, a full service for your car is £542. I was like, sorry? Yes, £542. I asked him, are you sure? He goes, yes, that's what the computer is telling me. I had to calculate it manually. Let me just make sure, blah, blah, blah. He goes, yeah, that's the price. So I said, all right, no problem. I'll let you know. Is he bonkers? Is he out of his mind for a 1 litre engine with, what is it, 2 or 3 spark plugs? I don't even know how many spark plugs this car has, but it's definitely very little. What does it have? 2 litres of oil in this engine? And they want £542. They're mental. My BMW, which is 3 times the size of this engine, costed me less to service it by BMW direct. So something strange there, but either way, forget about them, because I know I can get this car serviced by an independent garage, you know, a good independent garage, or probably even by Smart for less. I'm sure it might have been a mistake, or some, I don't know what they done. They might have added on a new gearbox in the price. I don't know what it was, but I can get a service for around £200 by independent garage, 250. I checked it. It's, you know, that's roughly the prices you'll find for a full service on this car, which is not expensive because it doesn't use much stuff. It's a small engine, don't forget, obviously. So the next bit of this car is tires. Now tires on this car, you're not going to go through as many tires as I go through on my other cars, or on a powerful car, because it's not a powerful car. It's not made to drive fast. It's more of a town city car. So tires you're not going to go through. But unfortunately last week I had a puncture. I had a big nail in my tire and I had to change one of my tires. And you know what? Yes, it is a hole to get a screw in a puncture, but at least it was on this car, not my other car, because on the other car a tire is going to cost me £250 retail price. I buy it normally a bit less because I find them online, you know, but if you go to a quick fit garage or BMW dealer, they're going to ask me for £250 per tire. Now this car, the tire, well, it depends also what brands you go for. On this car, I'm not going to go for the top brands because it's a city car. I'm not going to buy the most expensive tire, but a decent tire like a Continental tire or something like that is £65–70, which isn't that bad for this car. They are very small wheels, so don't forget, that's why they are not that expensive. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the fuel on this car. So this car has got a small tank. It's a small car, but from an empty tank to full, it costs me around £30 in the UK. I don't know how much it is going to be in your country. Every country has different prices on fuel. One thing I could tell you, in the UK we are basically fucked with the fuel prices. I mean, we get ripped off very highly. We pay massive amounts of tax on fuel and all that. So we pay around £1.20, between £1.20 and £1.25 a litre now, but it changes all the time. Anyways, now it's cheap apparently. I mean, back in the days, I remember it used to be £1.50, £1.60. So this is the situation. So a full tank is £30 and it gives me quite good miles per gallon. So a full tank will give me about 350 miles, which is very good for this car. I mean, I put normally around a tank a week and I do a lot of miles. I use this car nearly every day and I can't complain about the fuel economy because that's great. The next thing I want to talk about is road tax. In the UK, if we drive on the road with our cars, as they're made for driving on the road, then we pay road tax. So in a lot of other countries there are like toll payments, like in Europe and France. Whenever I go to Paris, I end up paying like €100 just on toll payments. Here in the UK we don't have any tolls. There are some toll roads which are private, basically privately owned, but day to day we don't have any tolls on most motorways anyways. So we pay a fee for the car per year. Every car's got a different fee, every model, not every car. So the smart car has got a very cheap amount of road tax because it's got a small engine and it's eco-friendly, so the government charges you less. So for this car I pay £20 a year, which is nothing, because for my BMW I pay almost £500 a year. If I'm not mistaken, £485 a year, but something like that, almost £500 a year I pay for my other car. This one, 20 quid, that's easy money. I mean, that is good, you know. So I can't complain with that. So that's the road tax bit out of the way. So these are more or less all the basic running costs on the car. Now if something goes wrong, obviously it's not included. These, you know, things can go wrong with any car, so I can't really count that in. But other than that, these are the main running costs I face on this car: service, road tax, tires, insurance and fuel. Other than that, I didn't really have any unexpected problems with the car. Just regular maintenance stuff I done on the car. I never had any issues, thank God, so far. So I'm really happy with this car, and that's really what I can give you. Anyway, this is all information I can give you on this car. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If you're looking to buy a smart, I hope this will help you in some kind of sense to figure out roughly running costs. And yeah, that's more or less the running costs on my smart car. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and of course make sure to subscribe to my channel, because there'll be plenty of videos featuring my BMW, this car, and just general other videos I do, not only about cars, but it's more about cars on my channel than other stuff. But I still do other videos. If you check out my channel, you'll see what I mean. Anyways guys, take care, and until next time, see ya. Cheers.